Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Brand Split Podcast proudly brings to you All Eyes on Wrestling, episode 12, where today we talk about the biggest news across WWE and AEW, live, uncut, unedited, straight from the couch. If you don't know by now, let me introduce. I am the Mike Man PSD. To my left, the mob boss of the mat, Mr. Wrestling. To my right, the Machiavellian himself, PAC. That's Pop. So let's go ahead and get into today's news, where we start off with Saturday night's main event. Now you know that's a blockbuster. That's a blockbuster show. It is coming from Madison Square Garden. We have a big championship match. We got the championship players and the Knicks from the NBA. They're going to be there. I mean, what more can you ask for? We also got an explosive tag team match where we're going to have CM Punk, the new champion, and his SummerSlam challenger, Cody Rhodes, going to be taking on Gunther and Sami Zayn. And then we're going to have, like I said, the championship Knicks going to be in the house. I'm sure the squad is going to be there. But Jalen Brunson himself is going to be appearing live near Roman Reigns. So before we get into the rest of the stuff, what you guys think about that, Mr. Wrestler?
I believe some people are a little down on the tag match, but me personally, I'm excited for it. This is definitely feels like a Saturday night's main event type of card, so it does not feel like a PLE. But with that said, I mean, I'm good with the match. How y'all feel on the match?
I like it, and I did say earlier that we was gonna have a championship match. We're not having a championship match. The champion is tagging with his challenger, so my bad on that one. But a little Freudian slip, but I like it. I'm okay. That's one of the matches I look forward to. I ain't got no problems with because it's a story that they're telling, so they're obviously going to set up some more stuff. Can they coexist with the bad guys? Hell, can they coexist with the good guys? They might even start some tension right there. You know how they're going to do it. We're old enough. We've been watching this for a while. We can see what may or may not happen, but I think it's going to be a good match. Set up some more stuff between all four of the competitors. Pop, what you think?
Yeah, I'm cool with the match and everything. I just don't understand the damn OTC segment.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Calm down.
They're gonna hop in the ring and
see, they can start some trouble over here.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Pop, and you too, PSD. What do you guys think about the SummerSlam match between Cody and CM Punk?
Let you go, Pop.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I still don't understand why Oba don't have a championship match. He won the King of the Ring. That's just me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm cool with the match, but he did just jump in front of the line. Well, I mean, he did. I did like don't the champion get like a rematch clause when they lose?
30-day automatic rematch, supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
Allegedly.
So I'm cool with it for the most part. But it's supposed to be Sami Zayn for the championship rematch clause, don't it?
Technically,
yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. So it should be Sami, Cody, and CM Punk, I think. That's just my opinion, though.
I think you're speaking for a lot of people there.
That's how
I
I feel.
I agree with what you're saying. I ain't got no problem with the match. I look forward to it. I was telling my wife this is a big money match, so they're obviously we're going to do this anyway. They'd already been saying that, Cody was going to win the belt back, and then it was going to be him and CM Punk. Right. They kind of flipped it, so I'm not really surprised. If they were to do a triple threat and throw Sam in there, I thought that would have been cool, but they just did one at the last one, so I think it would have been.
Or Fatal 4-Way.
Fatal 4-Way.
That'll be a big. I think that'll be a big SummerSlam match, a damn Fatal 4-Way match.
That'll be cool.
Does the singles? I'm guessing this is going to be night one. Does Cody and Punk feel as big as Roman and Seth, or bigger? What y'all's opinion?
I don't know. I don't even know because I think you could.
It might be the same.
Is this the main event?
I think you can do either one of those, but I think you could do Seth and Roman on night one and get away with it.
Oh, Seth and Roman be night two, I'm sure. I'm talking about, do y'all feel like the two matches line up pretty good to have SummerSlam? This is the first,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for sure. It's two good main events.
Yeah, I think they'll put Oba and Brock on night two and open. I would think.
That would be awesome.
It's going to be on ESPN too, ain't
it? You probably.
Oba and Brock are the ESPN stars.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
They're on all the ESPN shows.
Yeah. So we're definitely excited to see what's going to happen. Well, the stories are going to tell. I'm not really worried about the OTC segment. I don't really care. Just being honest, I don't.
My opinion, I think Roman Reigns is just going to congratulate the New York Knicks on winning the championship. I like Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson's a big WWE fan, so I know if he could get physical, he probably would get physical. He does have a wrist injury, so I think they're just going to keep it, just a straight acknowledgement. I think the OTC is going to be like, I acknowledge y'all,
The
something
damn
like
finals was over a month ago. It's too late to acknowledge. Like they just had the draft and everything. They started summer league play already.
Well, they're in the next year. So
Yeah,
that's
I
why.
get it.
I think they're gonna give him a WWE championship belt with the Knicks stuff on there, and I think that's gonna be it. So, whatever, we're gonna move along. So, with the next segment, moving into SummerSlam, we will bring you that card to the rest of the Saturday Night's Main Event card. So, stay tuned. So, with the next segment, we're talking about the SummerSlam heavyweights. So, with this one, SummerSlam this year is going to be in Minneapolis. Once again, this is a 2-night show. And this is where, as of last night on Raw, we had the contract signing between Seth and Roman for the World Heavyweight Championship match. And then Brock and Obafemi pretty much went at it again in another masterclass of promo setup. So starting with Oba and Brock, what do you guys think about that match, how it's going to play out? You kind of alluded to what night you think it should be on, Mr. Wrestling.
Yes, I believe it will. It should open up ESPN Night 2,
Okay.
and surely to God, it will be a passing of the torch officially. And maybe with it being in the Hell in a Cell, that's kind of Brock's, his
Playground.
right. So hopefully it's an official passing of the torch.
Fox, what you think?
Yeah, it's the rubber match, and you would hate for Brock to win a rubber match, and he ain't even wrestling no more. So I feel like what he said is gonna be like the passing of the torch. So it may be. Hopefully, since it's a Hell in a Cell match, it'll be a longer match, not a 5-8 minute match. Probably.
Oba has to prove that. Oba has to prove that he can go, get in there and have those main events.
Because he ain't had a last match.
I know.
He ain't had a long match like that either. And Brock Lesnar haven't had a long match like that in a long time either. So
you're not lying.
Yeah,
you're not lying. And yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you said.
Well, I think it's going to be as the great Jim Russell said, I think it's going to be a slobber knocker. I can't wait to see it. I do feel like Oba should win. I do hope he does win. The match, 10, 12 minutes. Well, let's say 15. Give him a good 15 minutes. I think that'll be cool, especially if you're going to have it as the free match on ESPN.
I feel like why waste all that material putting the Hell in the Cell up in the sky and you just going to only have it on the ground for 5 minutes.
It's WWE, man. Yeah, it's WWE. You got something?
No. We can get into Seth versus Roman.
Seth versus Roman. Okay, so let's move into that. Pac, what you think about the Seth versus Roman match? Night 1, night 2, main event. What you think?
I still don't know who I feel like was gonna win because they kind of both even for real. But it was a great segment last night for the most part. You thought Seth was storming the shit out of Roman, and Roman came back out with a punch and everything. So yeah, it was a good overall promo in my opinion.
I think Seth is gonna lose. I think they've been setting it up to where they're letting you know, Roman never beat me. Roman never beat me. Okay, Roman never beat me.
Yeah.
And then when Roman lost the belt to Cody and Seth was there, everything keeps playing into Roman can't beat Seth, and I think Roman will beat Seth. But Mr. Wrestling, what's your opinion on that?
Man, my opinion on this, I believe the LA Knight promos have overshadowed this match. I believe LA Knight coming out after Seth Rollins promo last week, it really hurt Seth's promos. So with that said, I thought Seth and Roman did okay last night as far as building up to the match. A lot of people, it hasn't been done in a while, but a lot of people, don't like the combination of the two. But I wish Seth had some more character. Him going from the flamboyant character to this, it's just not clicking with me. What about y'all? He's kind of boring.
I want to see him do a little bit more of this revolutionary side that he's kind of been doing with all black and stuff like that.
Yeah, he ain't wearing the colors. He just went all black like you all the time.
I believe he did, because the last time, Roman was able to take a shot at Seth's wardrobe by saying you borrowed, your wife's clothes. So I think maybe Seth, just didn't want to give Roman that, because Roman kind of went for a kill shot a couple of times. He talked about Seth having a boring promo.
I think they're not done yet. I think with the next couple of weeks they're going to keep building to that. We might have another face off and then another you can't touch each other to the match this weekend type of ordeal. So I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks as far as them. As long as they continue to build on it, because they got plenty of rich history there. They're going to keep showing some of their highlights of their careers. They did it last night. They'll continue to do it on the next couple of Mondays. But let's get on to the next segment. Sticking with WWE, we're going to talk about the women's division chaos. So we're talking about the landscape, how it's shifting with the women's championship picture. Hell, we can even talk about the women's tag team division and how that's been going on. If you guys are happy with that, we have a injury with the WWE, the women's WWE champion with Rhea Ripley having a meniscus tear, and she has not defended the belt in over a month now. So that's going on, and then we got Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill's pretty much their feud is on the horizon. It's looking like that's where we're going. Maybe at some point, one of the two of them will get the U.S. belt off of Tiffany before Blake Monroe gets it. Maybe just go straight to Blake Monroe. But it's a lot going on with that particular picture. But as far as like the title picture with WWE not having Liv defend her belt since she's had it but once now, since this will be the first time I think since WrestleMania. Rhea being hurt, she hasn't vacated the title yet. And then the tag team title scene was, I told my wife this last night, it's kind of dull to me with Brie and Paige.
Scream mode, huh?
Scream mode. It's kind of dull to me as far as what they're doing. So I'm hopeful Fatal Influence win these belts. We can do a little bit more. But gentlemen, your thoughts on the women's division in WWE?
Okay, with the Rhea injury, that sucks. The last few episodes, I've been asking where she at, is she injured? So to get the official news, it does. That's at least 6 months, so that sucks. I feel like it would be a good time to elevate some new women in that spot. I feel like if the rumors are Charlotte and Jade being there is true, then that just is meh to me. I'd rather see someone new like a Roxanne or someone like a Lash Legend, someone, new kind of get up in the, title picture. What about you guys?
Well, Jade is new. She's still new. And
to us.
Personally, and this is not a shot at Jade, they're better wrestlers than Jade.
Right.
The ones you mentioned.
Okay.
So we're still building Jade up and giving Jade that spotlight, and she's going against somebody like Charlotte, who's great. So I think this would be, this is what some of the people, I can't say everybody, want to see. I want to see it. And I want to see, this is how they get their reps in. You put Jade against somebody like a Bianca, against somebody like Charlotte and Rhea Ripley and stuff like that. So she gets her reps in. She gets to build herself in the ring as far as what she want to do when she's facing, a powerhouse like Rhea, somebody more technical and athletic like Charlotte, or smaller like a Roxanne or Alexa. So she kind of builds her character and what she's, because she's more of a powerhouse wrestler herself. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a good build. I actually thought she was going to actually win the U.S. belt, and then that would have played into their feud, but maybe not. But we still got time. But I look forward to it. But Pop, what you think about it? And as far as the rest of the women's division, it does suck that Mommy's hurt. I'm just ready to see some more stuff going. It looks like they're trying to do that, but it seems like some people are getting hurt and it's taking a little bit too long. Some stuff gets cut from the shows now, with SmackDown going back to 2 hours. But hopefully they're figuring it out, and they figure it out fast. Pop, what you think?
So since Rhea Ripley, since Mommy is hurt, like, are they gonna I guess vacate the title for the most part? Then how would they, I guess, come up with a strategy or a plan to make somebody else compete for the title? Would they have like another tournament or like a women's battle royal or something like that? Like, you remember, I think it was when Batista had injured himself and they had like a battle royal, then Kurt Angle ended up eliminating Mark Henry. It's kind of something like that. It can't. Something like that probably could help elevate some of the women talent, having a battle royal they can showcase.
Now what year was that, Mr. Wrestler?
Was it Batista that vacated the title, or was somebody else?
Batista has vacated the title.
I'm saying when they had that battle royal and Kurt Angle beat Mark Henry, he eliminated him upside down. I remember that vividly, that Friday night.
Yeah, well, first off, I think the injury news has just came out, and they've only done an episode of Raw. I think Rhea being tied to SmackDown, it probably won't even be brought up until SmackDown. And I think on SmackDown they probably will announce some type of whatever they're going to do for the women's title with SummerSlam coming up. And hey, your idea of Batista, the Mark Henry thing, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
you remember the year?
2006.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, I do. It does suck on Rhea's end, because if they do a vacating type of story in a tournament, which would be great for the rest of the division, that would be the second time that happened. Because when she hurt her shoulder back on Raw, when her and Liv started feuding, at some point she had the World Heavyweight belt. Might have been the first time she won it, or the second time, and she had to vacate it. So it sucks for her because I know she want to be on the show. I know she want to be doing her thing and defending the belt and, get well soon to Rhea Ripley in all seriousness. But at the same time, we got to have these belts on the show and have them defended. And if she's going to be out for some time and it's already been a month, go ahead and, get some of these other women involved. Like you said, you gotta adjust on the fly. So hopefully they figure something out. Like you said, they just announced it. So they'll try to make it seem like, oh, well, we didn't know and we'll give it a week or two. Or no, go ahead and just run the brand store.
Just imagine.
Her and Buddy Matthews, they were at the Power Slap thing. Did y'all see that? Jack Swagger got knocked out.
I heard about him getting knocked out, but
y'all have to watch the video.
I didn't know Matthews and
they were there. Yeah, they just just a little fun tidbit. They were there. They saw Jack Swagger get knocked out.
Now he did get knocked out. I heard, but it's bound to happen to somebody. But he's been winning though beforehand. What you got?
Now just imagine if Liv Morgan would have won the Queen of the Ring, she would have been a 2-time. She would have like unified the championship. She would have been double trouble for real.
She wouldn't have been able to. Rhea been hurt. But what you guys think about the women's division? Let us know. Leave some comments. What you think about the women's championship. Does need to be vacated. The World Heavyweight Championship, as far as the women. Why hasn't it been defended more than once ever? So now switching over to the last topic. I say this one for last. This is a real good one.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about AEW All In live from Wembley Stadium. First, we got a new AEW World Champion in Kenny Omega, 2-time. And then his challenger is going to be the Billy Goat himself, Will Ospreay. So going into that, this is pretty much what they're going to be. They're going to be building up towards that. I do hope Kenny Omega has a couple defenses before that match. But even if he doesn't and he loses the belt to Ospreay, I ain't going to complain about it. So I want to get you guys' thoughts on that. And also, it's been all over the news now. Jack Perry did re-sign with AEW. He's not going anywhere. And WWE put out, the rumor was WWE said they didn't want to do nothing with him. I call BS on that. I think they only did that once it was known that he was going back to AEW or once the news came out he re-signed. I know you're not really big on the AEW news yet.
A little something.
A little bit of something. But Mr. Wrestling, what's your thoughts on the Jack Perry re-signing and on the main event and the title for AEW?
My thoughts are that I don't think WWE had even one. I believe that WWE didn't want Jack Perry. What are they going to do with Jack
Perry?
They
can't do another LA Night.
And plus, if CM Punk would, no, I don't. Jack Perry and WWE, I could not see that.
So you think that was the honest truth?
Yeah, I believe that was the honest truth. Now, however, let's talk. Kenny Omega versus MJF. That was a hell of a match from Dynamite.
It was.
I'm so happy that Omega is going to All In as the champion.
Mm-hmm.
The match with Will Ospreay, it feels like the passing of the torch, for them, and I feel like it'll be a good match. I feel like, both are going to give it their all. And I just want to see a singles match. I'm going to ask you that, and I would put MJF with Andrade at All In, maybe make that like a number one contenders match. But how'd you like Dynamite last week, and what do you think of the new All In main event?
The real Latino man. I like this show. I watch Dynamite and Collision faithfully. I love the shows. I love what they're doing, the stories, the wrestling. They always put on great wrestling shows. I agree. MJF versus Andrade that'd be a great match. Like you said, you can even tie that into being the next number one contender. I think with the championship match, like I said, if Kenny loses it to Ospreay, I won't be mad. If he does, and this is his only defense, I hope he gets another crack at it or something. Unless he's about to retire this year and he just ain't said nothing. I would love to see him go on a mini run of sorts. Maybe he does defend it a couple of times. They just do it on the shows, a la Darby Allin, but he only gets 1 or 2 defenses. But I hope it's a clean match, one-on-one, them two. Let them put on a great 5-star match because I know that they can do it. I think the Death Riders is going to play a part at some point, whether before or after he wins, like during the match or even after the fact going forward. That might be the next layout of the story for him. As far as Kenny, I'm not sure, but I want to see Kenny go out how he want to go out and just let him put on some more great matches, dream matches, what have you. And, continue to build around because you still got other people from the Callis family that wants to get in on that match. So you see what happens. Go on for the ride.
I think Kenny will defend the title a couple of times. I believe Tony's going to put the best matches on Dynamite Weekly and then the best matches on pay-per-views. AEW is, they're going to give you some great matches. So I think Kenny will have, a couple title defenses, especially at Redemption. So, but yeah, I just think it's Will Ospreay's time. They got to go with him, before it's too late.
Yeah.
And he worked at New Japan pro wrestling style early on, so he accumulated a lot of injuries early. So they've got to pounce on it, in my opinion, with Ospreay. And when I was walking in today, who was watching AEW? Who was watching? Yes,
I think
Mr. Casual Viewer himself.
All right, so
I do have a question. So,
let's get into your question. Then I ask
how does the rematch clause go if somebody loses their title in AEW? Like, do they get a rematch clause? Because I know MJF just lost his title to what's his name, Kenny Omega. Yeah, so like, do he get like a rematch clause, or he just in the back of the line again?
I think they kind of do it the same way there, because I've seen people come up and be like, "Hey, I want a rematch. I deserve a shot," stuff like that. I'm not sure if the clause was actually, if it was laid out like it is on WWE. I could be wrong, Mr. Wrestling.
I don't, man, at this point, I don't think any company's honoring that 30-day rule right now. With the way title switch ends so frequently, so often. That, and that was almost like a Jack Tunney rule, like a 1980s WWE. Yeah, like you got 30 days to, get your title shot. It just, like I said, they use it when it's convenient.
Yeah.
And before we get out of here with AEW news, who's winning it all in? We got Kenny defending the belt against Ospreay. Who you picking?
I'm gonna just choose Ken because he just won. I would hate for them to do him like they did Sami Zayn and just do the title that quick. So I'm gonna just choose Kenny just based off that.
And you say Ospreay, right?
I'm going with Ospreay. I think the time is now.
The time is now, people, so we're going to see what happens. But before we get out of here, make sure you check out Saturday night's main event for WWE. That's going to be this Saturday. Let me give you a rundown of the card. We have Bayley and Lyra Valkyria taking each other on in a one-on-one match. This is a grudge match. Friendship is falling down. Lyra's turned on Bayley. So let's see what happens with that. We got the Women's Tag Team Championship with Scream Mode for those who knew that they were a tag. That was their tag name. That's Brie Bella and Paige defending against Fatal Influences, Laney Reed and Fallon Henley for the women's tag belts. We have Danhausen and JD McDonough, which is now a no DQ match. We have the OTC segment with Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson, the acknowledgement in the Garden. And then we have Cody Rhodes and CM Punk taking on Gunther and Sami Zayn in the tag team match. So 4-match card, promo segment, big announcement, acknowledgement segment. That's what we got. And then don't forget, we got All In that's going to be coming up relatively soon. That is in August, I believe.
Yes, All In is in August, and Redemption is
at the end of the month.
Yes, Redemption in the month, and SummerSlam at the beginning of the month. So we've got a lot of PLEs and pay-per-views to be reviewing and previewing. So
that means we got a lot of content for you guys.
Yes.
So make sure you check out the stream leads. Follow, subscribe, like, comments. Share. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, okay? Because we got more stuff on there.
Links to the profile.
We're gonna make sure we leave links on the profile. We're gonna pin everything, so we're gonna keep up with you guys. But we got to get out of here for now. Like I said, if you want to see more conversations from us, deep dives, more uncut stuff, and it's still right here on the couch, make sure you check us out on our YouTube channel. It's the Brand Split Vodcast with a V. Vodcast. A little bit of different flavor for you guys.
Yes.
All right. So, like I said, we're going to have everything linked up there. We're going to have it in the profile. We're going to have some stuff pinned in the comments as well. So make sure you give us your thoughts, your views. Hey, if you got some booking ideas, let us know. Maybe we can try to come together and see if we can all get signed by creative.
You NBA fans, you've heard of Podcast P, right? Well, we got Vodcast P right here in the building. Vodcast P.
That's right. And hey, until next time, this is the Machiavellian PAC, the mob boss of the mat. This is Mr. Wrestling. I'm Mike Man PSD. And until next time, keep all your eyes on wrestling. And we're out.
Keep your head up.